Hey traders, John Howell here. I'm about to head into the gym, but I want to do this quick video for you because if you've been trading the markets now for, 5 years, maybe less than 5 years, or maybe longer, right? But you're trading the markets and this year has been really, really, really difficult for you, right? You found it really difficult to gain any traction for you. I just want to tell you guys right now, but please do not quit. Yes, it's challenging right now, right? But it's not meant to be easy, right? To get over the hurdle, it's not meant to be easy. And I remember when I've been trading the markets now for 20 years. In my first 5 years, I lost $250,000 in debt. That means I have to make $400,000-$500,000, pay my taxes, and then pay that off just to get back to break even, which I did, right? And the whole thing about that is that I was like you guys, right? You've been trading the market, say 5 years or less. I was like you guys. I didn't know anything about trading. I didn't know, do I look at fundamentals? Do I not look at fundamentals? Do I look at the charts? If it is the charts, if it's the technical analysis, and then you go down and you learn all this sort of stuff. You learn about the bars, how to read the bars, how to read the trend analysis, how to read the moving averages, the moving average crossovers, the different indicators you can go down the path, right? And you go down this massive sort of rabbit hole of learning a lot about the markets, right? Like, what is this thing called trading? Because I didn't even know what that was. I come from a landscape gardening background. I worked for my father, right, as a landscape gardening background. So I didn't know what any of this was, right? And so the whole thing about that is, there we go. All right. So the whole thing about that was that I didn't know anything about it. And I went through so much, and there came a point in time where I remember I just lost everything, lost my house, sold my cars, me and my wife, and I moved in with my mother and father-in-law, and we went into a spare bedroom on a mattress on the floor. And I was about to quit at that time. I was about to give up. I was about to quit.
All who are cruel and mean will surely be punished.
And the thing about that is that everyone has a turn back moment, right? And it's like everyone has a turn. Like, I had that turn back moment at that time, but I was very fortunate that I didn't quit and I kept going, and I stuck at the process in a way of that I went and got some help. I went and got some proper guidance, right? Because I was learning a lot about the markets, but I didn't know what to do. And it wasn't like I was learning a lot about what the market is, right? Learning a lot of it. But it wasn't until I actually got access to my mentor and I invested with my coach and my mentor. He's my mentor to this day. I started seeing the distinctions of why he was so successful. It wasn't just general education. It was, he had a proper foundation, a proper system that he followed. He was disciplined with that system. He had a proper trading plan that every day he looked at the markets. This is what it took to actually be professional. This is what it took to be a top 1% of the income of people who trade the markets. And so I started to realize, instead of just general education, learning a lot, right? Which is important, right? You need to learn about the markets, right? It's important to learn what a chart is and all that sort of stuff. But after you get through that first few years of learning a lot about it, unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that we learn about the different indicators and VWAPs and stochastics, RSI, MACD, all that sort of stuff, most of it is just a complete waste of time, and it doesn't really help you, right? And two, one thing that I started to realize that, and because again, guys, like, my whole goal is that, I was labeled ADHD when I was younger, and I barely finished school, and I was always dumb at school, and I was dumb at school because I hated school, right? But I went down this path of going down there, and I wanted to do well this year. I wanted to do well now, so I didn't have to go work a job. And that's where long-term fundamentals and all that sort of stuff just didn't, no, I didn't care about buying and holding for 10 years. That's where real estate investing didn't do anything for me, right? Because I'm like, I want to do something where I can actually make money now, so I don't have to work a job right now. And that's the path that I went down on. And again, I'm really, really, really grateful that I got access. I learned a lot of stuff about the markets, but when I started getting access to my mentor, who's a 7-figure trader, meaning he makes more than $1 million a year. In fact, my mentor is a private trader. I reckon he's close to about, he has to be close to about $400,000 to $500,000 profit this month. He's having a phenomenal month. Again, he's a private trader. That's who I get mentoring off. I still get coaching off of that, right? And it's not about techniques. It's about just, I've learned so much. A lot of the techniques I use, I've actually learned from him, right? But it's more about the mindset and the discipline and sticking to the plan and pre-market rituals and making sure you're in a good headspace and all this sort of stuff, right? That's the reason why I go to see him. So when people get coaching from me, right, and if you do need some help with this, then I can help you out. That's the reason why I have a 12-month coaching program. And if you go to getjohnshelp.com, that's getjohnshelp.com. If you go over there, you'll be able to see all the details about the actual coaching program. You'll be able to see my real equity curve for the year. So I'm transparent with my real equity curve. You'll be able to see testimonials of what other people have done with my coaching program. I've got 2 spots left for that. So if you're really interested in getting coaching, then that. But the purpose of me saying that is that whenever I'm coaching people, rest assured, is that I personally am getting coaching and mentoring of people who are really successful, right? So it's a filtering process. And my first and foremost is that I want to continue doing really well as a trader as well too, right? And so therefore that's what I do. But to bring it back to you guys is that I just really want to share with you guys that please do not quit, all right? If you've been doing it hard this year, do not quit. But please don't make 2025 the exact same year this year, right? Where you might not have any real system that you're following or any real trading plan, like having a real trading. Now, a trading plan, what does that mean? A trading plan is, okay, this is the exact system I'm following. This is the exact pattern I'm following. This is the time I'm entering. This is when I'm going to cut my losses for short. This is how I'm going to let my profits run. Right? That's a trading plan, right? A trading system is about the system you're using to get into, and the trading plan's about that. All I do say is that please don't quit on your dreams of doing that. You can make it, but please make sure you go get some help, right? Go get some proper guidance from people doing it, right? And that's what it's all about. But please, at the bottom line, whether it's me or whether it's someone else you relate to, the shortcut to your success is getting access to people like myself, who's been doing it for 20 years, and they can take what's taken them 20 years of so much mistakes and setbacks and wrong thinking and wrong approach, and really condense that down. And what I do is I take people through a whole 12-month process where you're with me every single day, right? But whether it's with me or whether it's with someone else, it doesn't matter. But just go get the proper guidance that you really need, right? Because your life depends on it. Your life does depend on it. Because one, you're probably going to keep losing a lot of money because you don't know what you're doing. You're not even following any rule system. And secondly, I say to people that if you don't even know what a really high quality, amazing setup looks like on the charts, there could be literally an amazing high quality setup that's on the charts right now that could literally make you 10, 20, 30 grand, maybe more. And it could be right in front of your eyes, but because you don't know what to look for, that's going to pass you by, right? But do not quit, guys, on your dreams, right? Keep having that vision of where you want to be, and know that this is just a stumbling block. Just like Trump, right? What happened? His goal was, I'm going to become president again. You watch. Do not. But what did he have to go through to get that goal to become presidency? That's exactly like your journey with trading. You're going through a lot of setbacks, a lot of things, a lot of hard issues, a lot of times where you want to, what I call turn back moments, right? Where you want to turn back. Right? A lot of times where you just want to quit, you want to give up, you find it hard, you find it struggling, right? I understand that process because I was there 5 years, and then I had my mother and father-in-law telling me that I'm an idiot and I should quit and this is not for me, and you know, and all this other process. But I'm so grateful that I didn't do that, and I don't want you guys to do, right? So please keep having that vision of where you want to be. All I do say is this, let me ask you a question. If it takes you another 5 years to truly start to get this thing called trading and to generate a really good income, is that 5-year plan better than your next 10, 20, 30-year plan working a job? Let me ask you a question with that. And that's what got me through the darkest days. That's what got me through the darkest days in trading. You know, when I was 5 years or so and wanting to quit, I kept saying to myself, even if this thing takes me 10 years for this thing to start to click, even if it takes me that long, that plan, that's a much better plan for me than the plan of me if I give up. If I give up, I'm going to spend the next 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 years, maybe longer, all right? But that long, I'm going to spend that time at a job I hate, not earning good income. But if I just stick at this thing and just keep going and just keep going and keep going, and getting help, by the way, and getting help, right? Getting help so I can actually make sure I'm doing the right thing. And that's where my mentoring really started shortcutting my process here, right? And so, but getting help, and then obviously fine tuning and getting better. That's the reason why I am where I am to this day. It's not because I'm smart or I'm lucky, and it doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes. I do. It doesn't mean I have losing trades as well too. But the vision of saying, okay, even if it takes me 10 years to really for this thing to start to click, that's a much better plan than what most people have. Is I can't wait to retire in 40 years. Makes sense? And then what I've found is that once things start to click for you, like you start to see, oh, these are the patterns that do really well. Oh, these are the setups, and you start to build confidence around that. Oh, this is what I need to do to cut my losses short. Oh, this is how I let my profits run so I can actually have big profits and so on and so forth. Once it actually starts to click, then you can trade the market like I do. I only trade the market half an hour a day. That's all I do. The last half an hour of the US market, I look at the market, I run scans, and I'm managing the positions I'm in, or I'm looking to get into new trades. And you could start to generate a really good income from trading. Again, if you want to see my actual real equity curve, guys, go to Get John's Help, Johns help.com. There's the application form. But on that page, I show you my real equity curve to show you that I'm actually doing really well this year myself, right? So I'm having a phenomenal year this year. But my heart goes out to you guys that if you're just wanting to quit, please do not quit, okay? Keep having that vision of where you want to go. Understand that it's tough. It's not meant to be easy. But with the proper coaching, the proper guidance, you can start to really make progress. And imagine where you're going to be 5 years from now because you didn't quit. And I promise you, your 5-year self right now, looking forward, is going to say, thank you so much for not quitting on my dreams and on your dreams. Thank you so much for not quitting, because now look at the life you're living.